In Canada, more than 8 out of 10 new vehicles sold are crossovers, SUVs, or pickup trucks. But spare a thought for sedans. These days, they tend to be at the low end or high end of the market, and here we're definitely looking at the latter, the 2021 Volvo S90 Recharge plug-in hybrid. Let's take it for a drive on Family Wheels. This is a big, handsome, executive express of a car, but it is caught in a seismic shift of technologies and destined to become an artifact of the era, partly at the hands of Volvo itself. But more about that later. Right now, let's just enjoy the beauty of the Volvo S90 T8 Recharge Inscription plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, or the S90 Recharge to its friends. In the Swedish tradition, the S90 is tasteful, choosing not to shout about the owner's financial status other than saying, "We're comfortable." For 2021, there are a few small styling changes: the front bumper, fog lights, rear spoiler, enhancing the overall impression of a long, low, and refined sedan. Volvo's unique concave grille with angled slash remains a standout piece of design and historical continuity. The lower Swede line harmonizes with the belt line, and they carry the eye to a discreetly upturned rear deck. And the back view has me saying, "I'd love to watch you drive away." Inside, the S90 is also a paragon of good taste, although that's mandatory if you hope to be cross-shopped against the BMW 5 Series, Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and Audi A6. The materials, fit, and finish are consistent with Scandinavian design. The Orifice crystal shift knob and the sparkly on-off switch will be a bit much for some folks, but numerous potential buyers worldwide really go for the status symbols. Perhaps the S90 is trying to fit the Swedish concept called lagom, meaning in balance or just the right amount. Let's take a look again at the center console. It's a very important part of our driving lives. We have the typical shifter here. There are two cup holders here, and a nice tambour door, that's what this is called, here. You start and stop the car by pressing the brake pedal and turning this to the right. You put it in park by pressing that into P. This is your drive mode. You press it, and then the screen shows what your choices are, and that could be performance mode, it could be pure electric, or it could be hybrid. It remembers that you like to have auto hold on. Many cars you have to reset the auto hold every time you restart the car, not here. There's one major disappointment in the center stack, well, the center console that is. The battery is underneath here, and so it runs from here all the way back, and that sucks up a fair old bit of space. I'll show you. That is your center bin. Usually you've got a lot of room in there for whatever you want. This is about that deep, an inch or so. But look what happens when you try to put the phone in. It just fits with the cord dangling out. However, what they really want you to do is this. Put it in this slot here, and we fold up the cord and close the bin. Clunk, like that. This actually holds in place reasonably well, and now we have CarPlay and charging. Volvo's reputation for seats that are comfortable, elegant, and safe goes back more than half a century. The S90 continues the tradition with heated and ventilated Nappa leather, power-adjustable driver and front passenger seats with lumbar settings. There's a massage function for the driver. I did not enjoy it. But I really like the large adjustable front underleg support. It even outdoes BMW in providing comfort for the long of leg. The S90 is not the easiest car to exit, however, as the front seats are not only on the low side, but the seat backs are far enough behind the B-pillar that it can be a struggle. There's a lot of luxury back here. There's a complete set of climate controls, including heated and ventilated seats, individually adjusted. And there's also vents at face level on both sides in the B-pillars. And here's a nice touch, especially if there's a baby in the back seat. This car has side curtains. Nice and shady. Also, there's one for the back. That's controllable from the front. In fact, so are the rear curtains as well. And yes, it can all be locked off so the kids don't play with it all day long and drive you out of your mind. It's dark outside, so let's take advantage of the lack of light to view the beautiful screen here on the Volvo S90 Recharge. This is your home screen here. It's got your navigation, radio in this case, or satellite or whatever. My phone isn't currently connected. Well, let's go back to the main function screens. This is to get the battery to hold its charge, but if you put it here, the engine charges the hybrid battery. There's a really good 360-degree camera set up here. Pick whichever camera you want. For instance, there's the front camera. We'll choose that, and we look up the street. Much like a tablet computer, we hit this button at the bottom. That takes us back to the home screen. Climate controls are all in here. Basically, with this car, it's best to leave it at the temperature of your choice. In this case, a nice comfortable 20 degrees, 68 Fahrenheit, and it will do the rest. Among numerous other controls, we have adjustments for the head-up display, which is an excellent display, by the way, and the rear sun curtain. Should be no problem for the S90 to swallow our 3 bags of groceries, a backpack and stroller. Let's find out. And it all went in easily. It's obviously up to the task of holding a lot of family stuff. Four-cylinder engine seldom intrudes, but when you put it under load like this steep hill, you definitely hear it. Thanks to turbocharging, supercharging, and the electric boost. But you might be able to hear that it's working pretty hard up front. All-wheel drive, though, is very comfortable, very smooth, 8-speed transmission. I'm running our Volvo right now on all-electric power, even though there's just 11 kilometers of range left, just to see what it feels like. And it makes me want to have an all-electric version of one of these. This would be a fearsome rival to the Tesla Model S if they could produce a Volvo S90 that's fully electric and had comparable range to a Tesla. People would snap these things up because the feeling, the quietude that you have behind the wheel, the electric push that you get is very impressive. For all its elegance and luxury, the S90 Recharge is an uphill sales proposition, partly due to Volvo itself. On the very day I began writing this piece, the company announced it plans to make only fully electric vehicles by 2030 and stop using internal combustion engines. Its target is for half of global sales to be fully electric by 2025 and the other half hybrid. The Chinese-owned Swedish carmaker also unveiled its second battery-electric car, the C40 compact hatchback, which will only be available as a BEV. The XC40 is already available as electric only, albeit at a shocking premium of more than 50% over the gas-powered version. But in my eyes, the S90 Recharge's biggest rival is from Volvo's Polestar sport luxury brand. The good-looking Polestar 2 sedan also has all-wheel drive and about 400 horsepower, but from a 78 kilowatt-hour battery and 2 electric motors, and an estimated range of 375 kilometers. And its approximately $76,000 price, with a full load of options, almost matches the S90's starting price. Our test S90, however, comes in at just under $90,000, despite a price cut of several grand over last year. It's still more than $5,000 above a loaded BMW 530e xDrive PHEV, which uses a much simpler system that puts the hybrid drive inside the transmission. And there's one more shadow being cast on the S90, the XC90 Recharge PHEV, a big dog SUV that starts at only about $1,500 more. Well, that's our drive in the 2021 Volvo S90 Recharge. It is a lovely vehicle, so much understated elegance outside and in, well, especially inside. It has lots of competition. You'll have to decide for yourself whether this is the luxury vehicle for you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman. Join me next time on Family Wheels.